Welcome to Bottom Line Sports Talk. I'm George Abraham. You know my partner Albert Cameron. Al, we're into the playoffs. Football, of course, big time, but then the other sports are starting to wind down also. And we say this forever. If you're playing now, you had a good year. And I guess if you're running right now or you're playing some of the other sports, kicking the soccer ball, your season went well.
Yeah, that is really important to understand that, fans, as you watch our show, that there's only some teams left. And I mean, when I say some, I'm talking not over 20. And I'm talking in all sports. You are one of the elite of 2021-22 if you are playing right now. And Springfield's one of them as they take out Crescent North Wayne 41-13 in the football playoffs. Senior quarterback Bo Brungard, YSU recruit, rushing for 270 yards. Springfield moves to 11-1 on the year. They will now play Columbia Station, who are also 11-1. Also, LeBray moves on into the third round for another year. They seem like they always get to that third round. This is the one big one that can get past that. They move to 11-1 on the year and play Mogador, who's always been good in sports.
They've beat people.
Yeah, Mogador's
they've come up on here quite often.
Yes, they have. South Range has been the darling all year. They continue as they hammered Crestwood 49-6. I like the quote from the coach. Coach Agley said, hats off to the seniors. He didn't mention individually. I like when you give your kudos to all the players that have been in your system and have hung out. And I'm talking about the guys who are on the bench, the guys who are on special teams, guys on offensive, defensive lines. They are very special. I know that the quarterback, Billy Scrippa, gets all the news, and Dylan Dominez gets to work on the ground. But please make sure you know, coaches, that there have been a lot of kids in your programs that have put a lot of time in, and when you win, they all deserve the credit. Warren JFK also moves on. That's a juggernaut. You never think they're going to be knocked out. 62-28 victory, 62 points. Will win every game. 28 could lose some games, though. Get better defensively. They move on to play Norwalk St. Paul, who's always also
same teams. We've been here for a long, long time, and Mogador and the St. Paul's. These teams are there all the time. And
when you get into Ohio, these first couple games were on the home field. Now you go to neutral sites. Some kids handle it much better. Some kids don't. But congratulations to all the winners that end up on your home field and won your last game. That's quite a tribute. Let's go to cross country. Maplewood's Kaylee Richards. She did a great job. She won the Division III cross country championships. This is her second in a row. She was six seconds faster.
Wow.
Than Megan. I mean, she ran going away. That's congratulations, impressive. Kaylee. Maggie Hall also went on the podium in Division II with a time of 18:26. Maggie Hopple finished in the top 10, posting at 18:35. In Division I, for boys, Canfield's Nick Plant, a name that comes up in track and field a lot, was the fastest local runner. He finished 13th with a time of 15:35. George talked about other sports.
Yeah.
We have to mention one we don't talk about a lot on here, George, soccer.
And they do well. We'd like to give them their due.
Yeah. First Columbiana County boys soccer team to advance to the state. Crestview, congratulations. Top Kirkwood 4-1. It wasn't even a game. They move on. Nick Novak led the attack with a hat trick. Mitch Auer had 2 assists while Colt Crane added 1. The guy that doesn't get mentioned a lot, has to be mentioned him, Sam Campbell in the goal, come up with some big saves to allow Crestwood to move on, George.
12 saves.
I mean, he's getting attacked a little bit, yes.
Yeah, he didn't have the day off.
No, he didn't. So congratulations to the soccer, cross country, and football teams in their final results of the year, and some of them moving on. George and I say it best: playing now, great season.
Yes, sir.
Talking about a team that had somebody on the ropes, YSU in football. 2010 league going in the fourth quarter. Doesn't North Dakota score 14 straight points? YSU is an up-and-down team. You never know what you're going to get. I know the 2-6 record says they've had a terrible year, but they could easily be 4-4.
You know, I was thinking of, like, if I had to assess their year, it would be difficult because they'll play somebody tough as nails.
No doubt.
Then the next week, they'll get spanked by someone you think. And I don't know how to assess this season. I really don't. I mean, I'd like to throw bouquets, but I don't know if they're merited.
Yeah, I wouldn't throw bouquets either, George. Who was it? There was a great coach that
Parcells.
Parcells. 2-6 says 2-6. I know that's what it says to me.
No, they don't say 2-6. The games were close.
Yes, and they have found ways to lose games. I think it's very important that in the offseason, that's what the coaching staff studies. What do we have to do to adjust whatever it has to be? Running the ball on third down, whatever, stopping somebody on 3rd and 10, because big plays may mean wins. Special teams, no giving up big play. It could be a variety of things. Study it, Coach Phillips, because you're that close. But close doesn't count, George.
No.
2-6 is 2-6.
No, next week, who you got next week?
Geez.
North Dakota State.
Now, that won't be close.
No, you better bring your lunch.
Well, you can't say that though.
Yeah, because
they
beat
Southwest Missouri State, who's a playoff team.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so you can't say that. But,
Absolutely.
But we have a strong feeling when you see North Dakota State that it's not an easy game. That's for sure.
No, but that's like we said. You know, these local kids, they're getting the Bo. He's coming,
Yes,
right?
yes.
So now, could he challenge?
He should right away, no doubt.
Oh, okay. That's what I was asking.
There should be no doubt in my mind. He's got that pedigree.
See, I'd have to see these other guys. Like I see the Dominguez kid runs 10 yards a carry, but I'd have to see him run.
Well, I'm going by the pedigree.
Okay.
His dad was a really good quarterback at YSU.
Okay.
You know, so I'm thinking
they're
telling me.
No,
I haven't seen him. Only on when I watch film on the the internet. They're telling me he's way better than his father. So if that's a fact,
then he can.
Then he can go in and play. Yes.
And if he could graduate early or something, get over there, don't miss any of the spring stuff.
Good idea.
And the fact that he's that close. You know, I heard something the other day I wasn't aware of. They had the Senior Bowl guy on, and he said this guy won't be playing because he didn't graduate in December. I didn't know that was
That's a prerequisite, huh?
criteria.
I didn't know that.
Oh, you know what I did hear the other day? We're going to talk college football here in a minute. You know, we always say this. It's not a big week, but that's when the goofy stuff happens. 8 ranked teams last week. Pros forget. I quit trying.
Yeah.
College, 8 ranked teams, and 7 lost to unranked teams.
It was not a surprise to me a bit.
Only one of them lost to a ranked team.
Not a thought. And I'll tell you why I say that. I can tell by the Las Vegas lines.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah, Carolina was favored over Wake. I hear all these guys on the air talking about this big upset. I said, well, you have that or you don't pay attention.
Yeah, right down the line.
Because they were the favorites.
Yeah, right down the line. Nebraska, Nebraska's playing Ohio State, and you're thinking, everybody's saying this is a blowout. Yeah. It wasn't a 27-point line.
No.
It was 14 points. They're thinking they're probably 2 touchdowns better, and that's about where it came up. That's where it is.
No, I agree 1,000%.
They're not major upsets. A major upset is when you're a 36-point underdog.
Like yesterday, Buffalo Bills.
That's a major upset.
They're losing.
Yes. That's major.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's a major upset.
We'll talk about it. Let's just, real quick, let's put Major League Baseball to bed. You and I talked about it. I asked you some things different times. I watch it, but I don't follow it. Like, I'm not a baseball nut. But, yeah, when it gets to the end, I watch it. Braves are the champ, answered all the questions. 2 under in August. And a guy comes in, he says, what are we going to do? Well, let's change the whole outfield. That has to be. That's not happened a lot.
No. When Acuna went down, who's their best player.
Oh, it's over.
Yeah, a lot of them would have thrown the towel in.
Yeah.
And they looked at their leg, though, George, and that was the key to everything.
Phillies, Mets not winning.
Nobody was winning any games.
Okay.
And they said, if we can win about 85, 86, 87, 88 games, we can get in the playoffs. And, you know, once you get in the playoffs.
Oh, absolutely.
There is no dominant team.
And it's in the last, say, 20 years. Hot team, I'll take over
no doubt.
pedigree.
We'll take that.
I'll take hot team.
Yeah.
And they come in 67%.
Yeah.
They won 40 of their last 60.
Giants, Dodgers, and Braves all came in hot. All 3 of them came in really hot. And you looked at the Giants and said they can be beat.
No,
and then the Dodgers pitching staff was completely scattered. So the Braves said, "Why can't we do it?" And when Morton got hurt, I thought that might be, but they did have their best pitcher go in Game 6, and I said that's the one they had to win. They would not have won in 7.
I agree.
And Freed did it. Freed.
He made it easy.
Pitched the game of his life. Yes.
Did you shut him out twice?
No. He got.
I mean,
hit
no,
one time.
did the
Oh yeah,
break-
in the series they shut
you
him
know,
out
and
twice.
you think about it, that Houston lineup. If say what you want about garbage
Good
cans,
pitch
they
takes out,
can no,
good pitch takes out
no,
good
that's
hits.
proof.
That's never changing.
No, that's proof.
That's never
No,
changed.
that's proof. If
No.
you let them in past 4 or
Yeah.
5 innings. All right, let's look at NCAA football. We talk about because I have a buddy, coaches at Bishop Guilfoyle, and we just talk on Twitter because he's an Oklahoma nut. And I said to him, "Okay, here we go."
They're getting beat.
He said, "Same thing will happen again." He goes, "He has zero, even if they were happen to get in." He has zero confidence.
Well, I said Wake Forest was getting beat. They're done. I said Michigan State was getting beat.
Who will
They're
catch
done.
them, Oak State or Baylor?
Any of those three.
And how about the replay, like the first, second game?
No question. Iowa State can beat them.
Okay.
Oklahoma State can beat them. Baylor can beat them. I know they aren't going undefeated. They're good enough.
Well, they're not in then.
They're not good enough.
They're not in then.
Yeah, these other teams will have to really lay down and play lousy.
Okay.
Kansas was beating them 10-0 at the half. Now,
How about Kansas? You know how they have those things when there's an active shooter or a threat on
Yes.
campus? They get on that and said, anyone come over, we're opening the gates.
When they were beating
We want
Oklahoma.
you to see this.
Yes, 'cause
And they
it was-
end up getting beat.
yeah, but I'm saying it's like everybody else. Oklahoma's not going to win because they're good. They'll win because Oklahoma State doesn't play well enough, Iowa State doesn't play well enough, or Baylor. That's the way
Oak
it works.
State the other day, they held West Virginia to 130 yards.
Yeah, they're good defensively.
I don't know.
But that's the problem. They're not good offensively. So there's always those heels all over the place for everybody.
I
They
got
always
it.
have something. But
Now-
Oklahoma has a lot of them.
There are three tough games left.
Yes.
And for the people that just follow it casually, they're one of the few teams, no East, West, no Coastal, no Atlantic. They play 1 and 2.
So really 4 tough games home.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
really. You say 3, they have to go to the fourth one too.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Now, Ohio State, they win every week. They just keep moving up. You can see what's coming here if they run the table. But if they do run the table, you know, a game at Nebraska is no joke. Penn State's no joke. Michigan State's no. And Michigan, we like to get after Harbaugh, but that's a hard
No, they have a
fought.
good team this year.
Yeah.
The other past years, they have not been good. Michigan has a good team this year.
That's not gonna
they're
be
capable.
easy.
No, they're capable of beating Ohio State. I don't say they will.
Okay.
But the other years, they were
Now,
never capable of beating
And
Ohio State.
we've said this here. We have a lot of Ohio State fans. We know that. If they win out, they're in.
Oh, for sure. We
Doesn't matter if Wake Forest wins
no
out
matter
or
what
not.
anybody does.
They're in.
They're in. Ohio State's
And
they'll be a ranked Michigan State team, a ranked Michigan team, and a Penn State team is still in the top 25.
oh yeah, no Penn
So
State.
so
No Penn State's no joke.
you know, so they
And I think what the piece de la resistance is going to be, Utah's going to beat Oregon and take what
capable.
little
They're
doubt
capable.
out.
No,
You
they're
know what I
capable.
mean?
They're capable.
That's what Cincinnati has to root for.
I'll be shocked if Utah's not favored in the game.
Yeah, I watched them last
yeah.
week. The change of quarterback did them wonders.
It did. It really did.
And I had played them early in the year over, and I had written it off, but they could still win out.
They
in time.
could. Oh, yeah,
I
they
mean,
could.
I don't know that they
They
will.
can though. They're good enough. There's no great team in that league.
How about Cal giving Arizona their first win?
Yeah.
And you know who I've been having my eye on? This is no lie, because I watched them playing better. But see, Nevada tricked me, whipped the dog out of them. Las Vegas. Last week they finally had a chance. There was someone they could beat.
Yeah, it was a close game against
Yep,
Mexico.
yep,
I know
that's
that.
what
They did,
happened.
Yep.
Let's talk about this a little bit. Georgia, they're taking prisoners, winning with defense, but you can't fall asleep. They can still score.
Yeah, the Florida game has me on alert for them. They could be beat too. I thought for sure they were, but going into the halftime against Florida, you were watching it.
I watched it.
No,
3 minutes.
No, and Florida's no good. See, if
Yeah.
Florida was good,
yeah,
it'd
like
be
last
Florida.
year, Florida playing
Oh,
out,
no,
it
yeah.
told you something.
No.
3 minutes.
So I got alert for Georgia. Don't think Georgia's like LSU and Alabama in the last 2 years.
No.
They're no shoe in. No. At any time.
No, I agree, Albert.
Because remember, go back to Clemson. Clemson's not a juggernaut.
Clemson's no good.
And Clemson had them on the ropes.
Yeah.
So-
they needed a goal line stand the other day to beat NC State.
So everybody's telling me how good. I know Georgia's good. They're the best. Right now, they're the best team.
Yeah.
But they're not a juggernaut best team. No. They can be beat by any of these other teams. And not
No,
not
that
if I'm
Final
online.
Four is Ohio State, Alabama,
it's wide
Georgia.
wide
Now
open.
flip a coin. If you want to throw Oregon, you want to throw.
It's wide open. It really is.
I don't see them running
Yeah.
away. they're no touchdown favorite.
No. They'll be 3.5-point favorite against all of them.
I agree.
Yep.
Well, we agree on that.
Yep.
Wake beat. Now, I would say, without even though it wasn't a league game, which is so crazy.
They're out.
They're next door.
They were never in the
That's
game.
it. That's it. You know what bothers me? I told you this bothers me a lot. the fact that if had Clemson done what they did, run the table, they'd have been in.
Yeah, I get it, and I'm on the opposite
But
side of
Clemson
that.
did open Georgia.
I'm on the opposite side of that. Where Clemson, I see Clemson. I'm talking about their good teams.
Yeah.
Not this year, but Clemson, Wake Forest is like Wake Forest goes in. They're not Clemson. I mean, I don't care. I see. I'm going by the eyes. Clemson's players are pro
No, they have
players.
pro
No, they have pro
No, they
players.
have pro players.
Wake Forest is getting it done, but it's just in that league.
Yeah.
The league is so
And
bad.
and normally Virginia Tech's better.
They're terrible.
Clemson.
They're terrible.
Carolina was supposed
Average
to be.
at best.
They had a 9 as a win total.
Yeah, they're average at best.
No, they give up. They play Pitt.
So I'm saying they're going
They
right
play Pitt Thursday night.
Western Michigan beat Pitt.
Now let me ask you: does that over/under not have to be 80, 82? I know. I'm being serious.
That's what it's going to be.
It was 78 out of the gate.
Yeah.
Yeah, you bet it under?
Yeah.
Can you bet those
It's
two
hard to
under?
bet that under. It's hard to bet it under.
No, they score every play.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
Cincinnati moving backwards tells
should
you
move
they don't
backwards.
respect their schedule. And then you have 2 close games with Navy and Tulsa. Now you got to
And
shut up.
Tulane. I mean, they went backwards so badly. They're not playing good at all. I mean, what can I say? But once again, I can only come how they're playing.
Houston could beat them in that playoff, by the way.
Oh, if they play this bad, they will. But
Yeah.
but I have a feeling Cincinnati has a great game left in them.
Okay.
I do think that.
And if they do win, maybe they can catch one of those big teams to make a statement on the New Year's, even though they're not in the dance.
They're going to try to.
Absolutely.
Yeah, they're going to try to.
Hey, last year, Georgia beat them
They
on
had
the
Georgia
last
beat.
play,
They
but
had
they
Georgia
had
beat.
7 City.
They had Georgia
See,
beat.
last year, I'm kind of throwing out.
You did. You've always said
Because
that.
they had 7 City.
COVID had something to do with it. Yes.
Absolutely. No, it do without.
Yeah.
Oregon's hanging in there, like you say. When
Don't
push,
mess with
when
Oregon.
push comes to shove, they can say, wait a minute. We went in
Oh, no,
Columbus.
they have the win of the year. They really do. So if Oregon runs the table, and like George says, I think Utah's going to beat them too.
I do too.
But if they run the table, Oregon's going to be in. I said it all along.
Yeah, Ohio State has to be rooting for the Utes.
Yeah.
If they get, which it looks
Yep.
like that's who's going to get in. Hey, did you know Southern Cal would quit like that?
Yeah, but when I went to bed, they were playing good though. I mean, they were right in that game.
Yeah.
They didn't quit completely, George.
No, not at the end, though.
No, at the end they lost the game. But I'm telling you, when I went to bed, they were ahead.
Yeah. That kid
So-
started running the ball right
So it'd be
through
different
him.
if they were starting right with the start, like
What is their
like
record?
Florida
Maybe
against South
4-8
Carolina.
or something.
Yeah, Florida against South Carolina. That's a team that quit.
That's inexplicable.
That's a team that quit.
No, that's inexplicable.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to tell you what. He fired 2 coordinators or 2 coaches
Mm-hmm.
today. He will not make it.
I don't think he's making it either.
No.
No.
That
He doesn't like recruiting. I heard that today.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't like recruiting.
you can't coach.
You can't win.
No, you can't coach.
No, you can't
It'd be
coach.
like saying, I don't like to stir the paint. Well,
Right.
you ain't going to be a painter very long. You know what I mean?
Right.
It just can't happen. TCU Saturday, big win. Jerry Kill. I didn't realize Jerry Kill was there.
Yeah, I did.
He came in and, he's had the seizures and all these issues. He comes in and first time in 21 years without the old Coach Patterson.
Yeah, that bothered me.
And
It did.
Do you think they just revved it up one time? 'Cause they weren't good all year.
I watched some of it. Baylor had turned the ball over.
I watched SMU throttle them.
You know what's interesting? That's the team you liked, and you put the old jinx on.
They've been bad
You
since.
put the jinx
No, they lost the last play of the game on a kick return.
Yeah, they lost to them, and then they lost last week. You put the
Absolutely.
whammy on them.
Absolutely. But like you said, how do you kick that ball deep?
I know.
You can't kick that ball deep. No, you just can't do it. Like you said, at the time we were doing the PA show, Eddie told you they tried to squib it. I don't care if you try it or not. Kick it out of bounds. They get it into 35. It's not the end zone.
Yes.
That's not the end zone. You know what I mean? I don't think Mullen will last. That's just
I don't
my
think so either.
thought.
I don't either think so. either.
One thing I do know that we did announce that I hope people were listening, Kent State is winning their side of the MAC.
Yeah, we thought they'd be
At
good.
14-1 if they win it.
We thought they'd be
And
good.
they play the team they just beat if things stay the same. Now, they could still be caught by Miami, and Northern Illinois could still be caught. But if things stay the same, that's the title game, last Wednesday's game.
Yeah, and this is the game this way. They play Central Michigan at Central Michigan.
oh,
and,
no.
and
That's
you
tough.
could tell by the line
Yeah,
that this game's a toss-up.
that's tough. That's the old Florida coach.
Yeah, it
The
is.
guy went from Colorado State or
That's
something.
him.
He didn't fit in the SEC, which most people don't. Let's be honest. Notre Dame, they're going to be 11-1 and not make the playoffs.
Yeah, they're not in.
If they do, it'll change the next day.
You think of them in Alabama. You always said
Oh.
that. Those two teams.
Oh, they'll say, an 18-team tournament isn't that bad. We got 5 leagues, we'll go 3 at large, or 12, whatever. The 12 makes no sense. Where they got the number 12?
I don't
I'd
know where
like
they
to
got that
ask
either.
somebody.
Somebody come up with that.
16, I'm listening. 12. Okay, we're giving 4 buys. To whom? What are the criteria? Oh, and another thing, this committee, I wasn't aware of that. 2 coaches.
Yeah, that's
Now, Condoleezza Rice, God bless her. I know she's smarter than both of us, but she shouldn't be on that committee.
What is she saying?
She watched film with her dad. That's her claim to fame.
Wow.
I mean, seriously, Al. That'd be like putting me on the Oscar thing and go, well, you know what he did? He watched a movie back in 1969. He watched The Graduate. That's the last movie I saw was The Graduate. No, really, when you think about it. That's funny. It's awful. Okay, NFL, let's talk about it. I'm talking to old Al last week, and I go, you know, he saw him in a survivor pool. He said, I'm still around. I'm doing pretty good. I said, how many left? And he told me how many thousand. Then I talked to him Sunday night. I said, how many are left? Not so many.
They all had Buffalo. They all had Dallas.
Who wouldn't?
Yeah, they had Buffalo and Dallas, and yep, 900 went out on Sunday.
One day.
Yes.
Remember that one year?
They've been waiting for that one day. They've been waiting for that one day because this year everybody was in because everybody was winning every week. The big favorites won every week.
But it happens every week.
Yeah.
Not like
this was the one, though. This
Buffalo
was the one.
at Jacksonville.
Baltimore almost went out, too. I mean, that's another one that went out. Yep. They were down to Minnesota.
That week they kicked the 1,000,000-yard field goal.
That saved me because I had Baltimore against Detroit.
They were almost gone before.
Yes, yes.
That thing was – Alex Karras tells a story when the last guy tried one from the other side of the field. He was just standing there laughing, he said, as it went open.
Tom Dempsey.
Yeah, he had the bad foot.
Yes.
All right, let's talk about this. This is Denver in Dallas. Don't look at 30-16. It was 30-0.
It was 30.
Yeah.
But once again, I continue to say it. You watch our show, I say it. People just laughing because I say it every week. You're telling me you think it can't happen? Yeah. It's the NFL. Not for long. I say it.
That's what I told him. I said, don't kill the Bears. He goes, you know.
You mean watch the same thing I.
He goes, and I started thinking, Buffalo, Denver. Maybe I'm going to pull back on that kill a little bit.
Because that's what you think. I mean, I do. People, if you watch the Browns play the Steelers last week, you'd say, well, they might win. They're going to have to win 12. They're going to have to win 14 to 30.
11, yeah.
Instead, they go out and score 41
points.
No, you go right down the line. Yesterday's game, the Raiders, who have been red hot. Playing like tremendous.
Yeah.
Giants can't win a game. What do you mean they can't win?
You know what I forgot? I bet them over 5 or 6 and had given up. My buddy said to me, they said, we could still get 5 or 6. The Giants. I had given up.
Get it easy.
Well, I hope you're right.
No. The team that I know is good.
Yeah.
That is lost. You heard me say that.
Yeah.
I'll say it on the show right now. The team is going to make the run in the NFL.
Giants.
Is going to be the Giants.
Could they get Barkley?
They got to get their. They got to get their. Yeah. They got to get receivers.
They have both receivers and Barkley.
They need a receiver.
You can't have them all out.
Yeah. Booker's a really good back, so they have a back there.
No, absolutely.
But they need some receivers.
Absolutely.
I like the Giants.
Last night, I have to say, Sunday Night Football. I have the Titans. It looks like now it looks like a real good pick. I didn't think they'd go out to L.A.
and
dress the Rams up.
You never think.
But they didn't just beat them. Well, they took their dignity away.
They rushed the passer. Every quarterback, they're calling Stafford MVP of the league because he wasn't rushed.
Hey, how about when he did that spin-a-rooney? Now, hasn't he played quarterback long enough not to try to hand grenade spin-a-rooney?
It's an automatic reaction as a quarterback. I think I did it in high school. You don't want to give the safety up, so you throw it out of there.
You give him 7 instead of 2.
That's what happens, yeah. Mm-hmm.
You know what hurts? The way these guys boom that ball today, kicking from the 20, they put it down there pretty far.
Oh, yeah.
Because they kick from the 30 anyway, right?
They kick it far.
That's not smart.
No.
Okay, let's continue with this Dolphins, Houston. They said that was the worst. You know, I watched the red zone, so they only show when they get inside the 20. You don't see any of it. They had 7 turnovers.
Yeah, that's a turnover game. That's
right. And you said this about Tua. He's always hurt.
He's not an NFL quarterback.
He's always hurt.
Somebody take him to find out. He can't. He's not a quarterback. He played at Alabama. Yeah. Tell me the last Alabama quarterback that dominates.
It didn't play.
They don't have one.
And tell me when it didn't play well.
No, they don't have one. They can't.
Yeah. Hey, Kansas City beats Green Bay, but it didn't look good doing it.
That's where they're going to have to play now. I'll give Andy Reid credit. He said that, there's only one way we can win now. We're going to run it, we're going to throw short pass and play with our defense and put more pressure on the defense.
Trying to get Mahomes from getting antsy.
It's not the same way because their offensive line, he's running for his life. If you have an offensive line that can't block, I don't care. Mahomes looks. If you didn't know his name was Mahomes,
no.
They put a different number on him.
You'd think it was Billy Jack.
You have no idea.
Hey, how about this too? I looked at this yesterday. San Francisco.
That was the one. That's the one that surprised
Now, this
me.
guy, now I'm going to tell you about
Of all the ones that game, that
this
was the one that
guy,
surprised me.
you and I
Never saw
know
that
you
coming.
always think I'm a little hard. This guy's Mr. Dandy, Mr. Publicity Dandy, you know, the writers, all this genius.
Yeah, that's his
crap.
dad, from his dad, I know.
He hasn't won a game. Now, he's playing this team without the best
It's amazing.
quarterback,
That's what I said.
without
And
their best receiver.
Yes.
And he gets smacked.
No, he got
He
trounced.
almost got shut out.
He got trounced. No, that was the one surprise. I heard me say that.
49ers.
That I just threw Buffalo out. But the game that I thought, man, how can Arizona win this game in a row?
Absolutely.
And they did it.
Easy.
It's the NFL.
Yeah. No, it's easy. You're right. Baltimore, they win. And in my mind, I said this 4 or 5, whatever, how many years ago he came out of Louisville.
You love Jackson.
I
yes.
said there's one dude, and in Kyler Murray, I'm 1A, 1B. There's one dude, I hold my breath.
Why does he do so bad in the playoffs, Pete?
I'm going to have to see it. Like,
he's done so much
yeah,
bad.
the last 2 years.
So pitiful.
And it was Tennessee committer just whooped them up.
So pitiful.
And I know the one year.
I don't have an answer.
I know the one year they played 6 backs.
Because he's such a good player.
You know, 6 fast guys.
Yeah, he's a good player.
I'm going to have to watch, because if he does it again, now you once or twice you could say.
Be interested to see what happens.
No.
Yeah.
Because when I have the other side, I hold my breath every play.
No, he's that kind of.
Because he can pass and run.
He's that kind of player. Yeah.
No, absolutely, you're exactly
He's passing
right.
better.
Yeah.
You understand? Before
Yeah.
he couldn't pass.
No. And
He's passing
Cleveland
better.
yesterday, no OBJ, no problem. How could I sign him any? Hey, I'll help him pack. If I was the coach, I'd say, we're got a moving van coming here. We'll get your
The
bag.
staff won't tell you that.
Yeah.
But they're happy. There's no doubt in my mind.
Everyone's on eggshells. He's standing by
And the
himself.
players are so excited.
Kicking the net. He's over here. He's complaited. And like Cowher, I guess Cowher, I don't listen, but he said something great yesterday. He said, you know you have an issue when if you said, would you rather catch 8 balls and we lose or 2 balls and we win? He said if he has to think about it, you got the wrong guy.
Yeah.
Is that him?
Yeah.
Is that him, Al?
That's him.
Steelers on Monday night. The Steelers Monday night record says.
They were always the favorite, though. See,
It's a little different. This ain't me, Joe Green.
Yeah, they've always been the favorite on Monday Night Football, no question.
Yes. Ncaa Hoops, we got a few minutes. Ncaa Hoops are starting. Al and I would like to see a Thanksgiving start, push it back, make it uniform. Like now, Slippery Rock played in Westminster and YSU, and it just seems to me it's too disjointed. And let's say it's too early if you're playing till April.
Yeah, I don't grasp that. I think coaches need more practice. I do. I don't.
Oh, really?
I think they need practice time.
Okay.
I see the games early in the year, and boy, are they lousy games.
And once it starts, there's no practice,
Yeah.
right?
No,
Really?
no, not hard practice. No hard practice. No.
NBA, still early. Smart steps out in the Celtics and says, we needed 2 big boys to pass the ball a little more. That's unusual.
They must be losing a
When
little
did you ever hear of that?
They might be losing a little
they
bit.
started
Yeah,
playing
when you
a little
lose, you
better.
start pointing fingers.
Hey, the
That's
Lakers, 26-point lead. Wouldn't be bad, but it's OKC.
But they're not good.
No.
Do you understand?
You think they will be?
No. You heard me say every year. I
You
tell you
used
this
to
time.
say
Hold
they.
on.
You said that
No.
last year you could blame injuries, though,
No,
because
they're not as
Davis
good.
was
They're
out.
not as good now. They're not as good now.
Okay, that's what I wanted to know.
This team's not near as good.
Hey,
But
listen-
LeBron's not near as good.
Oh, well,
Because he's hurt
he's
all.
100
You
years
understand?
old.
He never missed games.
No.
He's missing games.
Hey, I got
now,
one
too.
for you the other day. The dude from Oak City's 19.
Zion.
No. The guy last year.
Ball.
The guy that just came out of college. He was the #1 pick.
Okay.
His name escapes me, but I'll have it next week.
Okay.
He was picked first. He's 19.
You talking about Cunningham from Oklahoma State?
They sat him the second game. Rest. He's 19. Not 91. He's 19.
jeez.
They sat him the
I
second.
take a nap on Tuesday.
I
Maybe-
do too.
Maybe you can come take a
And
nap
you're
with
70
me.
years old.
You can take a nap
Hey,
with
real
me.
quick, USC had a monster night the other
No,
night.
they didn't.
A real funny thing.
No, they
they
didn't.
sold out Madison Square Garden. But here's the funny
That's
thing.
what's wrong with our country.
Here's
right
the
there.
funny thing. The guy that's in charge of it, he's watching the Canelo Alvarez fight on his computer. You could see him in the crowd. And they all said, why? Here he had $100 grand on Canelo to knock him out. I'd have watched it too.
Oh, he has the money.
He's got both, but yeah.
He's
yeah.
making money from that.
And last thing, roughing the passer. Stuff it. You're ruining the game. Thanks again for watching Bottom Line Sports Talk. We'll see you next week.